The road to 1,000 break and runs, rack 83. We have 10 ball, 9-foot table, 4 1/8 inch pockets using a template rack. This is an older rack from my vault, and we are finally nearing 100 racks break and ran. Nice pop there on the cue ball. Unfortunately, a little bit too much high spin. After the pops, the cue ball took off and went up table. I noticed during the break, I did make one of the balls in the side pocket, and one of the wing balls on the rack did go 4 rails. Using a template rack, or even a really good tight rack using a normal standard rack, these are 2 balls that do happen to go quite often if struck fairly square. Shooting the 1 ball here in the bottom right hand corner pocket, I shoot this shot with a little bit of high right spin around 2 o'clock. At least that's what I intended. I happened to hit a little bit more around 1 o'clock, maybe 12:30, and I sent a cue ball 1 rail, 2 rails, and accidentally bumped that ball right there. This was an error. A little bit more right hand spin would have came between those 2 balls and not actually bumped one of them. Shooting the 2 ball in the lower left-hand corner pocket, a little bit of high left spin around 11 o'clock on the cue ball. Striking the 2 here, sending the cue ball 1, 2 rails and out just a little bit. It's very important not to leave yourself straight in, as we have to play position on the next ball, and an angle allows us to move around the table. If you would, reach up and hit that like button. It only takes a second. I greatly appreciate it. Let me correct myself and say this is the 4 ball that I'm shooting, and the next ball will be the 5 on the left-hand side of the table. Hitting this with a high left spin around 11 o'clock, making the ball and going up table 1 rail, 2 rails, coming out between the 10 and the 6 gap. I play position on the 5 ball. You see me tap the table. I'd like to came about another 6 or 8 inches, so it was not such a steep angle shooting the 5, but this is completely doable. Right now, playing position, I use the KISS rule to keep it simple, stupid. Do nothing too drastic. Play very simple shape here, and do not mess up the out. Shooting the 5 ball in the upper left. Simple high spin, floating the cue ball straight back across table, 1, 2 rails, and playing the 6 in the left-hand side pocket. I hit this ball very good speed. The only issue would be now when I pocket the 6, my cue ball heads toward the upper left-hand corner pocket, so I'll have to play the 8 ball down in the lower left. Floating the 6 ball across table, center high spin around 12 o'clock, sending the cue ball off the long rail right there. This ensures that I do not leave myself straight in for the most part. Still have a nice shot here on the 8 to run it all the way down table. Shooting the 8 with basically a center ball, going to pocket 8 in the lower left, hopefully nice and clean just as so, sending the cue ball off the long rail back out toward the middle of the table. I would have liked to have been up table a little bit to have been straight in on the 9, but this is completely fine. The reason being I would not have to move the cue ball as much as you're going to see. Pocketing the 9 with a high left spin around 1 o'clock, going 1, 2, hopefully 3 rails and bouncing out just a few more inches to leave myself a nice area to cue the cue ball shooting the 10. And pocketing this 10 ball will conclude this rack on the road to 1,000 break and runs. Rack 83 is in the books, and if you all would, please check out my sponsors. Great group right here, and I highly appreciate them. Thank you for watching.